Joining us now, former Michigan gubernatorial candidate, host of the Tudor Dixon podcast. Tudor Dixon, it's great to have you back on. What's your reaction to David Spunt's report there?
Well, I watch this and I think about all of the kids that are involved here, because these are young people that are having to make really adult decisions to go out and publicly speak about issues that are really very challenging. And the reason they're having to do this is because these universities and these governing bodies of sports are not making the decision for them, which should already be made. These girls should not feel like they have to go into the water and compete against a teammate that they will never be able to beat. But you also shouldn't be putting this person in the position where they have that opportunity and then they have to step out when they're already going through something in their lives. This should be decided. It is ridiculous that we have to continue to have this conversation time and time again, that Riley has to go out and speak on behalf of these people. Why is this just not common sense? What happened to common sense?
You know, Tudor, this issue is getting so heated, as you just noted. I mean, now you've got collegiate swimmer Riley Gaines. She's tweeted out that she was speaking at the University of New Mexico, but they had to station 45 police officers. They made her pay a $10,000 security charge just for speaking out, because people are coming up to protest against her and against this issue.
Again, why are we having to put people into this position when this is clearly common sense that women should not have to compete against men? We don't allow women to go in there if they're doping. We don't allow them to take steroids. We don't allow men to compete against other men if they're taking steroids. It's a very similar situation. You have someone that's going in with natural testosterone, with muscles that are bigger, with a heart that can pump more blood. This is a biological difference. Common sense solves all these problems. We don't have to have activists going out and speaking on behalf of women and trying to stand up for women's rights once again. If we just have common sense come in and say, if we need to have a separate category, we will have a separate category, but we're not going to have men competing against women.
All right, so Martina Navratilova says this trend is unfair. Do you see anybody, on the other side of the aisle saying, it is unfair. It's not fair to our kids. It's not fair to girls in schools. Biological males are stronger, they're more powerful. And we've got Caitlin Wheeler, she's a swimmer. She's saying, of course, men would not want to compete in a third category against other men when competing in the women's category is easier. This isn't about fairness or equal opportunity, it's about domination. That's what Caitlin Wheeler says. Final word.
I don't see people on the other side saying anything different, because they won't come on Fox News. They won't talk to people who are going to ask them those questions. They're never asked, so they don't have to answer. But this is why I encourage debates, because these folks on the other side of the aisle, they have to answer for what they're doing. They have to answer these questions.
Tudor Dixon, you're terrific. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.